So where you'll see that the growth perspective from 2012 to 2013, there's significant growth specific to the domestic market. Okay? And basically like this particular, if anybody is interested, we'll share these things later. And coming to the AP, and I wanted to present a little bit of stats here, like in the AP state shares 12.4% of national IT exports, and it occupies 11.4% of the national IT employment, and contributes 39% of total exports from AP, and it ranks 4th in the country when it comes to the IT performance. So, and again, I would emphasize on the domestic market size, which is significant, that's growing. And again, it's a perspective which Jay Chaudhary Garu and other leaders mentioned that how the industry has grown from 1999 to 2012. This is from the IT and CAP government, where there is a significant, if you look at the times, like, where the IT exports, it's 143 times the exports have grown from 1999 to 2012. And if you look at like in the employment, it's 12,000 to 3 lakh plus. And the number of companies, 194 to 1,200 plus. So it's an impressive run. And this is all due to exports. But now the time is coming to look at the domestic, and most of these things, employment, all these achievements are based on the large companies, what has contributed to this growth. So the time is to focus, or like the policy has to be set up, or like the environment has to be created so that entrepreneurship and SMEs are going to prosper, are going to be create value to this thing. So that's where I lead the discussion into need for transformative ICT and public policy as well as procurement policy. So I'll just give a forward with this. The small and medium enterprises, so far like in the India has been focusing on the small and medium enterprises that are non-IT sectors, where like in significant of it is coming from, the employment is coming from the non-IT sectors. So that's why like most of the policies are revolving around non-IT SMEs. And IT SMEs, there is not much. IT SMEs primarily focus on the domestic market, and also involved in the exports, mainly to the APAC region, not so much to the developed markets. That's one thing which we need to look at, like in close to 35% of the companies involved in the exports. And 33% of the companies are offering IT services as well as software products. And this is the DNB stat where the IT SMEs are growing at a rate of 30% year on year, thanks to the startups and the SMEs building services as well as the products. And I wanted to draw your attention to the central IT government. Government IT spend in India is expected to be around 40,000 crores, which is very significant spend from the central departments as well as PSUs and all the sectors. So it's a huge market for the IT SMEs to play a role there. And what are the challenges that IT SMEs are facing? The SMEs stay away from doing business with the government and public sector due to the high transaction fee, which means like tender fee, EMD, and tender preparation expenses. So there is no defined public procurement policy, but I submit that like there are certain states which have taken a proactive measures to provide a policy to support IT SMEs by setting aside 10 or 15% of the contracts to the IT SMEs.